What's going on, YouTube? Welcome to iStuff Gaming, and today we're going to be doing a guide on the assassin Arachne. Now, before we get into the video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. If you'd like to keep up with any future content, I'll be leaving a link to my Discord chat in the description below. And if you'd like to catch me on Twitch, I'll also be leaving that link as well. Now, the reason why I want to do a guide on this character is, well, to me, this character shot up extremely high in the tier list, and a lot of people are starting to play her. So I want to go ahead and make sure that everybody who is playing her knows exactly what items to build on her and how to build her properly. Now, before we get into the build, let's go ahead and go over her abilities and her passive. So, for Arachne's passive, it's called Predator. Arachne's basic attacks gain 1.5% physical damage for every 5% of a target's missing health. So that's already really strong. So as you can see, that my basics are starting to hit a lot harder as time goes on. The character hits belligerently hard just with that passive alone. It's really straightforward. Arachne's first ability is known as Venomous Bite. Upon activation, Arachne's next basic attack within 5 seconds does additional damage and infects the target with venom, dealing damage over time and healing Arachne every 0.5 seconds for 3 seconds. At level 1, it does 50 extra damage, and then each tick will do 10, and then healing she gets is 8. At max rank, it does 150. It does an extra 50 damage per tick and gives her 40 healing per tick. Let me go ahead and show you what that looks like. As you can see, I pop the stim when I attack. You can see the extra damage numbers go down. Okay, let's move on to the next ability. So Arachne's second ability is known as Cocoon. Arachne spindles her webbing, and her next 3 successful basic attacks are executed with increased attack speed for 6 seconds. If all 3 basic attacks hit the same target, that target is stunned. This stun lasts for 1.4 seconds, and she gains an increased 70 attack speed at max rank. So let me go ahead and show you what it's like. Right. See? Completely stuck for that entire duration. Very, very strong for an assassin to have CC like. Up next, we have Web. Arachne shoots a line of web forward. She's immune to slows and moves faster on the web. If the web reaches max range, a web trap will spawn. Enemy gods who walk through the trap or get hit by the projectiles are slowed by 15%, revealed to Arachne, and leave a trail of web behind them and are attacked by pet broodlings. The Arachne can only have 3 web traps or projectiles active at any time. The slow duration lasts for 6 seconds. She gains an extra 40% movement speed. It'll always spawn 2 broodlings, and the broodlings will actually do damage and do 60 per hit. And that does mean both will do that 60 damage, so it's really 120 per hit. Web lifetime lasts for 240 seconds. It lasts for an extremely long time on the map. So let me go and show you what that looks like. As you can see, it goes pretty decently far. And if you attack, you see the broodlings are attacking the Odin bot here. So they're slowed, and I get this increased movement speed. It's very, very strong and really frustrating to deal with. Finally, we have Nightcrawler. Arachne flips up to her infinite web, hanging upside down above the lane and increasing her movement speed. She may leap off the web to deal damage to all enemies in the target area and create a large web around the target area. The web provides the same slow to enemies and benefit to Arachne as her web trail. Arachne may activate ability 1 and 2 while running on the web. Kind of nutty. So it does 550 damage at max rank. The duration of the web lasts for 5 seconds. She gets an increased 40% movement speed, and the web radius is 25 feet. So it's a very huge ult. So let me go ahead and show you. You see the little AoE drop down, and this entire web here. She gets the same benefit as her third ability, and you can see that the Odin bot was slow. Now the web itself does not last that long, but it does last long enough for her to get away, and it's harder for people to catch up to her. So it's not only an amazing run move, but it's an amazing engage tool. Up next, let's go ahead and go over her best items. Now, there are a lot. Most of the time, you're going to be building a lot of blades. So the best blades on her are going to be stone cutting sword, serrated edge. This new item basically broke Arachne, but we'll go ahead and get to why in a second. Golden Blade is really good for her early because her clear is kind of lacking even with the broodlings. So having Golden Blade makes it to where not only she can save mana, but she does AoE damage to the minions around her. Plus, with the buff that Golden Blade got, she can do a lot more in these team fights. Also, Haste Katana is a must-have on this character for the most part. If you hit your abilities right, you might not need this item. Personally, I like this item anyway, just to make it to where the enemy god can't run away from me. Plus, it's 25 power, 20% attack speed, and 10% movement. Really nothing wrong. Now, after that, some really good items on her would be Executioner, since her passive already makes her do health percentage damage. However, if they are building a lot of health, Quinn size can help. And I have been seeing a lot more people run crit, so having a Rage Deathbringer combo or Wind Demon Deathbringer is really strong. Now, the reason why Serrated Edge is really strong on this character is because if you do her combo right, all three of her abilities are going to be on cooldown at any given time. And that new item, Serrated Edge, I'm going to get to it for you. Whenever all three Dawn Ultimate abilities are on cooldown, you gain an extra 40 basic attack power and 10% physical lifesteal while they're on cooldown. Not to mention, this item already gives 20% physical penetration, 30 power, and 10% lifesteal with the 10% movement speed. This item was basically made for Arachne. And let me go ahead and show you why with her combo. Her combo basically looks like this. You're going to be throwing your 3, immediately popping both abilities, and just spamming basic attacks. And you will instant-nuke almost anybody you run into. Now, even though he doesn't have any items on, that's still a tank, and that's relatively fast to kill a tank. Let me show you what that looks like when a squishy gets attacked. You basically insta-kill whatever is in your way, and if you look, I completely forgot to build an item. Usually I'll put a Blood Forge on this character because of how hard she hits. Quick. And a lot of the items she needs are very cheap in cost, or you can build it really fast because of how quickly this character can kill. Look at that. All that damage in that short amount of time. Now, for Arachne's leveling path, I would go with her third ability first, because it gives you the Broodlings here, which can help you clear and take some aggro off of you, since they will attack the minions for you first. So you don't have to worry about wasting any health trying to get to camp. Plus the extra movement speed and the extra damage is always nice. Next, I will get your second ability. Second ability gives you the stun and the increased attack speeds for really strong early game gank potential at level 2. And then finally, obviously you would get your first ability. Now, as far as leveling goes, you would always level up your first ability because the initial damage is always really strong to help her get a lot of kills early. Plus, the healing and the damage per tick is really strong for tick damage. Next, I would level up your second ability. Reason being over the third ability is because this gives you more attack speed and increases the stun duration, letting you pump out more damage as time goes on. And then finally, level your whip. Now, this is another one of those characters where I would level up all the abilities before putting any points into your ult. Obviously, when you hit level 5, you want to get your ult, but I wouldn't put anything else into your ult until these abilities are leveled first. Your ult won't do anything for you other than having you, giving you that getaway tool. And also, I do realize that upgrading the ult will decrease the cooldowns on it, but you won't really need it if you're insta-killing whoever you're trying to kill. So that basically covers the Arachne guide. Arachne is a pretty straightforward character. She can be flexed in the solo lane, and her build path usually does follow the jungling path as well. You really want to build this character tanky. You'd want to be building them for as much damage as possible. However, her real shining role is jungle. And it's really easy to jungle with this character. This is probably one of the easiest guys to jungle with, along with the fact that she does insane damage. And personally, I think she's one of the most broken gods for the new meta. Now, if you like this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. If you have any questions, go ahead and leave a comment in the comment section below, and I'll catch y'all next time.